What's going on, gang? Guess what? It's cleanup time. I also found a couple more pieces while I was digging. But there wasn't anything whole, except for one thing, and that's the reason why I'm shooting this video, actually. I got something different here. I think I've got an atlatl spur. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I do. That's made out of hematite. See how it's all polished? They took a little bit of time with it. Yeah, they polished that bottom so it be right down the, and then they wrap that around the top of this saddle here to the launcher. I don't know if that's got a face on it. What the heck's that stuff? Look, I'm gonna have to look this over a little bit better, I think. That's kind of weird looking. Let's see, they polished that baby all up and everything all the way around. It's not, I ain't got it squeaky clean yet. As you can see, they ground her all down and stuff and made that a purpose. I think this is the business end right here. I don't think they'd have this big old thing on the rear of it. Anyway, then we found this piece of a bird point that's been destroyed about. And then we found that top piece, which I may have the arrowhead to that, the rest of it. And if I don't, I might find it yet, because that's right there on my property, so it's not like it's going to go too far. And there's that blunt that I found today. That dude's purple. It's not showing it right here very good, but that's a purple arrowhead. Now then, check this bad dog out. That's as big as that a whole arrowhead there, and that's just a half of the top of the knot of the doggone base and notch and stuff. That's just a little corner of it. See the difference in those two arrowheads? How big that dude would have been? And that's a midsection. It's all been tore all up. I keep those. I don't know why. I guess I can throw them out in the rock garden. They look pretty. That is awful pretty stone. I don't know if it's not really cleaned up good now. But then there we got this one here. This little deal here. There you go. You guys are gonna go, man, dude, you're full of it. But anyway, see what we got there? What do you think about that? That's been worked all the way around that. You know, sure, it could have been a broke piece. I'm sure it was a broke piece, and they reutilized it. But see how nice that angle is there, and that way they cut that in, knock that out. That's even polished in there. And then that edge there, see, that's a cutter right there. That cutting edge right there. Get it back out of there just a little bit. You can see it a little bit better probably. See, they worked that. It worked all around that dude. Now then, some Indians may have preferred their atlatls to be nice and smooth. You think that could have been made to smooth up the handle of a launcher? I think I've kind of hitting it right on the money. That's what I'm thinking. Grab a hold of that. Let's do just like this in your hand. Up and down the stick. Yep. And make that nice curve in there. You know, I bet some of them Indians was a little bit particular about their launchers and stuff. You notice I didn't say bow, didn't you? Good, because I want you to realize that, you know, it's kind of crazy. You got cowboys and Indians and bows and arrows and stuff. And there's that little cone there. I think that might be a cone. Be coning. It's just a little irregular. It's a teardrop cone, see? But we be coning. But see, you got to realize, these old archaic points and stuff, you can think what you want to, but I don't think they was launched out of a bow. Now, we're getting into some argument points here. How soon do you guys think that a bow and arrow is developed for the Indians? That's a good question, isn't it? It's a very good question. And I'm not going to step my foot out there and be sticking it in my mouth of any dates, but if you got any opinions on that, put it in the comments below, and we'll have a discussion. Let's not say it's absolute truth. Let's have a discussion instead of an argument. You know, a lot of us don't know how to have a discussion. We just got to argue over it, and then somebody gets pissed. Well, let's have a discussion about this kind of stuff whenever I'm around, because yeah, I don't really like arguing too much, and to me, a point like that where nobody really knows the real facts, if you're arguing points and stuff like that, you're a fool, because I'll tell you, nobody knows for sure what's happening back then. I'm speculating on that. I'm just looking at it. That dude, you know, there's no question about it. It's been smoothed up. There's no question at all. Because I know what hematite looks like whenever you smooth it up. Because I've got a bajillion pieces of hematite that's been worked. Actually, I haven't never showed you guys really too much of my hematite stuff. But I've got a bunch of that stuff, and yeah, this is definitely, but as far as it being a saddle, you know, they call them a saddle for a certain reason. Now, what's that? That looks like a saddle to me. And, yep. I just think that had a purpose, you know. Be worked up like that. Anyway, but yeah, leave the comments down below. When do you think, how many thousands of years ago did the Indians first start using bow and arrow instead of atlatl and spear point and spears? Now, they had a dart. Now, I'm going to tell you something else. Now, here's another little gray area. We got these archaic bird points. I believe those were dart points, actually. And I guess you could make a small launcher and make a small atlatl, but I'm kind of wondering about that kind of stuff too. You know what I mean? Comments down below, like I said. And hey, you guys, if you like this kind of stuff like this, question and answer stuff, actually I'm kind of a little, I don't like bragging on myself, but I have a wealth of knowledge on this crap. I've only been doing it since I was 5 years old, and I'm 66 now, and I've been finding it since I've been 5 years old. I had a pretty cool life. Anyway, guys, gals, people, we're not talking to the woke people. We're not playing the gender games, okay? We don't play that. Anyway, guys, gals, we'll talk to y'all later. And thank you, Lord, for the beautiful day.